Right, so Animal Last Stand dropped a Thanksgiving event about 2 to 3 days ago, which I don't think is a good event because of like how you just have to have good units to do the event. You have to do 10 quadrillion damage to get the maximum wards. But yeah, you can go to the shop area and you can actually go to turkey crafting. You can craft a tier 10 turkey from tier 1 to tier 10. And when you craft a tier 10, you get 10 extra level cap to your units. So as you can see, it's kind of bugged for me right now. I have way over above XP for all of my units. And when you enter a match, it's going to be level 95. But yeah, it's when you craft a tier 10, you get 10 extra level caps. And you can also craft a bunch of crates here. And I don't think these are good. This is not a replacement for the Halloween event. But I'll just show you what happens when you open like the crates. So these crates are a time waster. So let's say I open 3. You can only open 3 at once. And it plays this stupid animation for quite a while. So as you can see, there's like what, 5 seconds for 3 opens. And I got 50 technique shots. Alright, so I'll show you a team that you can do this event with for like 10 quadrillion damage without Simon. Like everybody knows, like, oh, you have to use Simon, you have to use SSJ Gogeta. You don't have to use these two, right? You can use Echidna basically to actually do the event. And you need Makima too. So I'll try to, yeah, I can't feed Echidna anymore. But basically this is the team I'll be using. It uses Echidna, Giorno, Makima, Grammy, and then common with 8 placement. I don't know if there's commons with like more than 8 placements, but this is my team basically. It suffices, but you could probably do better. Souls doesn't really matter. I think Makima's damage should not be over the top. I think it should be just enough to buff Echidna, because Echidna gets stun locked when she gets too much damage, and that's what you don't want to do. So for example, if you use Echidna with Simon, you can't actually beat the event because Echidna will just be stunned because she have too much damage. But this is basically the team I'll be using. So you can actually macro this. I did macro this like before I got Simon because I got too lazy farming for Simon. But basically you just want to start with the farm, of course auto upgrade, and you want to place down Makima first, and then Echidna. So when you press auto upgrade, it auto upgrades Makima first and then Echidna. And you place down Giorno and then all the Grammys. You don't need to make use of the Makima's damage buff. You just need everyone to buff her damage. Of course, without Echidna, you can't do this. With just Makima and Grammy, like it just doesn't suffice because they just do like what, 200 trillion damage at the end. So just auto use everything. Soul transcription on Makima, and then Book of Overflowing Knowledge. But first, you wanna do this. You wanna press bang, and then okay, hold on, I forgot. Grammy can do that. And then you just do this. And then there you go. Book of Overflowing Knowledge gives 12 million SPA, and then you reach like 2 quadrillion. Now I don't know why you have to use Bang first, but when you don't use Bang, Echidna just doesn't get that much damage for some reason. But you have to use Book of Overflowing Knowledge twice for this. And you can actually use Giorno's ability to actually make more damage, right? You get 200% more damage when you use Giorno's skill. So at 1 minute, I'll just use it, and then I'll use Book of Overflowing Knowledge again. So I don't know, Echidna can't do 20 million. This can't go over 20 million, or she just gets stun locked for some reason. So for example, right here, I'll just use Book of Overflowing Knowledge again. And as you can see, the damage doesn't go up because it's at 20 million. But when she goes down back to 13 million, it just works. I don't know why, it just works. So let me retry. And I'll show you again. You place down a farm, and then you place down Makima. You place down Echidna, and then you auto-upgrade all. You place down Giorno, you place down all your Grammys. And then you place down your commons or the rest of your units. You don't have to use commons really. It's just it has more placement, it buffs Makima more. But essentially, we just wait until Makima gets the bang ability, put it on auto, and then it procs, deals no damage. But that's not what we want, right? We want to use the Book of Overflowing Knowledge on Makima. We have to upgrade her to like the max, so Book of Overflowing Knowledge actually works. And I'm assuming this is a bug because you literally like Makima should not be doing that much damage or should be buffing Echidna that much. I just think it's a bug, and sometimes it just doesn't work. Like for example, this time it doesn't work. So let's try it again. As you can see, it doesn't work. For some reason, it just does not work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why, but yeah, that's basically like one way you could actually macro this without Simon. Like you can use Simon. Like Simon is the easiest way you can finish this event. But you can use this for like a team that doesn't really require much. You can just, you know, use Echidna, use Makima. They're not hard to grind. For Simon, it's really hard to grind. You have to waste like a whole day for Simon. But yeah, this is basically the team that I've been using for my macros. Forgot. But let's do self-time description on Makima, and let's use Book of Overflowing Knowledge on Makima, and there you go. It works again. So sometimes it's just buggy, sometimes it works, and yeah, you can do 10 quadrillion damage easily with this. If it doesn't go to 10 million SPA, just use Book of Overflowing Knowledge twice. I don't know why the cooldown goes off so fast, but yeah, this is like a really hard way to macro it because sometimes the pop-up just doesn't appear. Sometimes it does. Just the game is just so buggy. But yeah, I use this with Seamless. So the macro is not something overnight. You have to keep an eye on your macro. But it kind of works, it kind of doesn't. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But this is just one way you can like farm the event easily without farming for Simon, I guess. But yeah, that's about it.